Hello, I'm Darren. I'm from Movie Reviews 101, and today we're going to do the free ups, the free downs from Escape Room 2019, directed by Adam Robitel, who brought us Insidious Chapter 4 last year, so only 1 year gap between his films, and starring Taylor Russell, Logan Miller, and Jay Ellis. This movie follows 6 strangers who get put into an escape room, simple as that. And instead of it being a game, it turns out to be a battle of survival and to see if they can put their differences aside to get out of this mysterious doom room, or collection of rooms as we like to say. Nice simple. This is the 3rd escape room movie I have seen. They keep making them, man. It's like someone's going to get it right. Is it this one? Let's see. The free ups. Number 1 has got to be the fact that the characters have all got some form of traumatic experience about them. We learn this early on, so this is not actually any sort of spoiler, but they tease this, and they have little moments in different things that happens where each character gets challenged by what happened in their past. Now this is a big thing. I think this really works to improve this movie from the other escape room movies. So that's the first thing. I like the characters. Second one is I think overall the performances in this movie are very, very impressive. They don't need to be like over the top amazing, let's put it this way. We know we're going to get the generic characters we've got, and they're all going to perform these characters quite easily. We even have one who basically explains escape rooms to the audience and the other players. We have the guy who turns out to be a bit of a dick, as well, sounds familiar. We need this character. We have Taylor Russell's the shy genius, wants to outdo the system. Great. Logan Miller, we still hate you for what you did to Simon and love Simon. Never going to forgive you for that. But he's kind of a traumatised guy, lost everything, filled with regret, and he shows this, but he also shows determination as well, along with a war vet character, which again gets played out very well. So everything, the characters and the performances all blend into one. The third one has got to be the escape rooms themselves. Now, each room has a very different reason to try and seemingly kill them. While the trailer may give a few of these away too obviously, and we'll get more into that later, there's one that may get overlooked a lot because nothing really happens in that room. But overall, each room makes you feel like this is a life and death situation. It's not just like one of the other escape rooms goes full-blown Saw mode. It's horrible to watch, it's rubbish. But this one pulls out the stops, and even though we may borrow from some other movies, mainly Saw, Cube and Hostel in a weird way, that's pretty much the blend this movie has. It's Saw, Cube and Hostel mixed together. We have to get into a larger conversation to why some of these things as well. So that's the free up. So I'm going to go to the free downs. Now this one is a lot easier to pick, not because this movie is bad, because it's not bad. The biggest one for me has to start with the fact the opening sequence shows one of these characters in a lone room dealing with trying to get out. Problem is, this character gets put in the escape room with the rest, so anything that happens to this character has no peril to it. And you kind of think, is that person going to be the one to make it to the end? Really? It's like, what's going on? That's just poor decision making to open a movie. The easy cop-out for this would have been just to have the Danny character, the escape room expert, get out of a really difficult one and show how escape rooms can challenge the audience, playing into a bit of the believability that this could just be a very extreme game rather than a death game in a way that way. Yeah, and that's the first thing I really didn't like. The second one has got to go to my other pet hate about certain horror movies, and sadly this director gets the same in a questioning moment that I gave to the Insidious Chapter 4. Don't give away the best bits in the trailer, please. Just You don't need to show nearly every death sequence in the trailer. Let us be surprised when we watch these movies. I know it might not be the director who makes the trailers, no, but come on. It's poor. It had all the suspense needed that you could have just pulled off the first room incident being real, and that'd be the trailer we're in. You don't need to show us each room in the trailer. That is only letting us down from where we're going to need to go in this movie. And my final one has got to be going to the fact that we only seem to follow 3 characters out of the 6 leading to the escape room. Now, we've made it pretty clear in the positives that the characters have a traumatic experience, and yes, we don't learn the exact extent of what this moment is early on. We learn as different moments unfold. Again, good idea, like that idea. But why only introduce us to 3 of the characters? It's quite clear that they're going to be the 3 longest surviving 3. Any person who's ever watched a horror movie is going to put this together and figure this one out. So that is a bit of a disappointment, especially when some of those, I want to say 2 of them because we barely learn much about one, have very interesting backstories and arguably more interesting than the other 3. So yeah, that's got to be my disappointment. And sadly, the fact that I'm complaining about little moments like this means I'm really starting to get nitpicky on movies. If you're just watching this movie as a blank mystery horror sci-fi, you can sit there and really on the edge of your seat. I didn't want to look away through this film. I really did enjoy it. I have issues with the marketing and one decision making moment. I think this could have been a longer-ish movie if we had met a bit more of the characters, may have cared when stuff happened to them, and the fact that they are actually smart enough that one sequence is prepared for all of them to make it that far, rather than, say, other movies that coincidentally only have X amount of places left. I think this is a movie that they could have actually all survived this escape room, which is different from what we usually see. But overall, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. Yep, another high score for me. I am 5-0 at the cinema this year. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing. What's going on, Hollywood? Don't mess it up for me next time, please. I'm quite impressed. So let me know what you think of this escape room, and make sure you do watch the right version of Escape Room. Otherwise, you will be largely disappointed as well. Until next time, I'm going to leave you to see whether you could make it out of an escape room. And if you do, come back and like this video. Thank you for watching.